Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Thursday, okay? Yes, it is still Thursday, and it is May the 14th still, all right? It's now, the time actually is 3:19 p.m., and as I mentioned today, I said that if I had a little bit of extra time, I would actually go ahead and do a tarot message for you guys, all right? So let's jump into it. Let's not waste any time, and let's see what you need to know, okay? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? What messages do you have for them when it comes to the energy, or what clarity can you give them at this time when it comes to extra messages for the rest of today? Okay, so Spirit, what can you tell the collective at this time when it comes to May 14th? What do they need to know at this time, please and thank you? What clarity can you give them at this time? And whoever needs to hear this message, what can they take away from this message for today? So let's see. Thank you, Spirit. So, okay. Okay. So there's a couple cards that came out of here. Okay. We have the Magician, which is the first card here. Well, funny. I'm like, we have the Magician, which is the first card, number one. Okay. When it comes to Magician energy, there's something about your power and you being able to manifest your desires at this time. This is talking about your energy when it comes to having willpower, okay, resourcefulness, skill, ability, and also concentration when it comes to your manifestations. Now, you could have confirmation with the horn. You could have people in your energy where even if they mean well, there could be certain distractions and things like that right now at this time. Now, this may not be for everybody, like I said, but there's something about the energy for some of you guys where, you guys are focusing on your desires, okay? You're focusing on your successes, your accomplishments, okay? Creativity could be very significant, and also the way you communicate, okay? So the way you communicate could also be attracting certain people with love when it comes to Venus energy. This is relationships, partnerships, etc., right? But you being able to manifest your desires or at this moment and being focused on the intentions behind these actions that you may have is very, very significant. Also being able to have all the tools, okay? Because if you notice here in this photo, they have the sword, the cup, the pentacle, and the wand, okay? So basically, it's to say that you have basically all the things that you need in order to be successful, but also needing to believe in yourself and also being able to take that action. So Mercury energy when it comes to communication, and this is also connected to your throat chakra. Okay, your throat chakra is basically you being able to speak or say things when it comes to what you feel, how you feel. This could be creativity. This could be anything. Okay, self-expression, etc. Now, when it comes to being resourceful, like I said, Two of Pentacles, you guys could be balancing your resources at this time or being adaptable and flexible when it comes to change, right? So Jupiter and, Capricorn, for some of you, this talks about, expansion and prosperity and things like that. Now, that's not the only thing that it talks about when it comes to Jupiter energy. This talks about growth, okay, luck, having understanding when it comes to your finances could be significant too. And basically just being generous, okay, when it comes to your energy. Like, you could be somebody when it comes to Jupiter energy in Capricorn, you could be very hardworking, right? You may not have Jupiter in Capricorn, but you could just have those placements where you're very hardworking, you're dedicated, you are a business person, okay? There's something about also with partnerships. This could be, if it's not a job, partnerships with the divine itself, being connected to the universe in that sense. So that could be confirmation for a lot of you guys that resonate with the message in itself, okay? We also have the devil energy when it comes to basically breaking chains, okay? Releasing and letting yourself free when it comes to unhealthy attachments, okay? These unhealthy attachments could be working too much, eating too much, drinking too much, smoking too much, not to say that you cannot do these things, because, hey, who am I to say, don't do this, right? But there's something about having a balance and something about you being able to monitor, okay, what it is that you do. Even when it comes to debt, with Capricorn energy showing up here, with 1 and 5 equaling 6. 6th house, for some of you guys, when it comes to your mental well-being, this could be health, wellness. This could be even working out at the gym. So fitness, taking walks, your daily routines, hygiene. So even just brushing your teeth, doing your hair, okay, little things like that, okay, significant. Even when it comes to like animals or dealing with animals, you could work with animals, something to do with your work habits and how you are organized and how you are able to service other people when it comes to this energy. So funny enough, Jupiter and Capricorn came out here, and then we have Capricorn energy showing up here. So even when it comes to like monetary things, it's like you're able to release oppression, right? Even when it comes to people being obsessed with your energy or feeling powerless around you in your energy, that is significant too. And it's not to say powerless like they have authority over you, but powerless in a sense where, you know, when people think they can control you, or they control your money, or they think they control, you know, your finances, or how you should act, or how you should be, you know, that kind of thing, you know. There's something about that where you guys are stepping out of this and releasing that, okay? So take what resonates with that. And even when it comes to like, you know, angel number 6, there's something also about the home, okay? The home, healing relationships. You know, there's this energy of balance between giving and receiving, and then heart-centered leadership is significant. We also have the Hierophant. So take what resonates with this. Even when it comes to traditions, that could be significant. Some of you guys are releasing certain traditions, okay? Now, these traditions could be you stepping into something new. For example, if this is religious, you know, don't get me wrong, everybody's entitled to do what they want to do, but in spirituality, there's more freedom. Some of you guys are releasing certain religions or certain things that you've, you know, learned, you have to unlearn, that kind of thing, right? Even when it comes to conformity, you are not willing to conform when it comes to your knowledge and also the education that you have, because you honor your spiritual path and your gifts, okay? Now, for some of you guys, when it comes to teaching, learning, things of that matter, with the throat chakra energy with Taurus here, again, communication again, there's something about the Magician and also the Hierophant that is very significant when it comes to your energy, right? So we are in Taurus season still, and that could be significant, but there is something about angel number 5 and 5th house when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to joy, okay, self-expression, releasing drama is very significant. There's something that you could have spoken about, like I said in one of my messages, and that could be significant for some of you. Yeah, something that you spoke about. Okay, with the 5 of Wands, again, there is something when it comes to resolution of conflict, okay? Now, you could be having harmony and peace at this time. Avoiding conflict could be very significant because, again, like I said, you could have dealt with people where they were trying to put you in this kind of energy, this competitive energy, right? And if you're somebody who's not competitive, or you're not in the mood to be competitive, you're still embracing healthy competition and challenges. But when it gets to the point where, you know, people are trying to put you in a box when it comes to like competing and things like that, there's something about obstacles that you guys could be dealing with as well. And so if this was past energy, or this is something that you guys could have dealt with within the last few days or coming up, there is something about releasing these obstacles, okay? Like I said, arguments, there could have been clashes of ego, and this may not only just be you, this could have been one-sided, right? Because Saturn talks about, you know, responsibility and discipline, and for some of you guys, when it comes to avoiding conflict, you're not avoiding conflict because you're scared, okay? You're avoiding conflict because ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Like literally, no one has time for that. You have people literally sitting there contemplating and waiting for the next moment to either harass you or to get under your skin, okay? And some of you guys are releasing that, like either going out for walks or just wanting to be away from certain, you know, people, environments, etc. So that is also significant for some of you guys as well. I'm going to see what else comes out for, you know, the rest of the message itself. But angel number 5, 5, and 5 could be very significant, or just 55. But yeah, there's something about competitions, you releasing this, okay? You're not in the mood to argue or get into arguments with people. You would rather keep your peace, whether this peace is by yourself, okay? Yeah. Four of Wands energy, like I said, something about community could be very significant, or stability, belonging. Like I said, you guys are focusing on other things. Like, you're not focusing on this type of energy. Right now, you're focusing on being disciplined, okay, and taking responsibility within your life, within your energy, okay? And there's also something about pentacles. There's something about within the next few weeks to months that could be very significant. So I would say the next maybe 2 to 6 weeks or 2 to 6 months could be very significant. But the reason why I'm saying it's weeks is because you could find out something in the next few days to weeks as well with Wands energy. Okay, so something could be happening soon. I just heard two horns honking, confirmation. So Four of Wands energy, like I said, when it comes to community, there's something about you being able to celebrate most of your accomplishments, okay, especially accomplishments with loved ones. This is stability. This is financial stability. This is also being in harmony, like I said, with Venus energy showing up when it comes to love, right? And also what you're attracting, because like I said, there's something about you attracting new energy, right? So because you guys are attracting new energy, there's something about what you love to do or what brings you pleasure, or what you are attracting when it comes to relationships and things of that matter. When it comes to the moon, okay, there's something about you seeing the illusions, okay, being able to see the illusions, seeing past certain things when it comes to your intuition. Now, you guys are learning to trust your intuition and inner guidance at this moment. 1 + 8 = 9. This talks about religion, philosophy. Okay, for some of you guys, your dreams could be significant. Wisdom is significant. Even learning and dealing with other cultures, integrating those cultures together. But there's something about the number 9, especially with angel number 999. You guys completed a cycle, okay, with you celebrating. Okay, you completed a cycle when it comes to this energy, dealing with certain people, places, and things. You could have been in an energy also where 9 of Swords, okay? Like I said, you guys could have been in this energy where, you know, you were feeling like this at one point because of someone else's energy projecting onto you. But you guys are releasing anxiety. You guys are embracing peace. Same thing with this energy here when it comes to you guys releasing and letting go, okay? But when it comes to Mars and Gemini, and we're also moving into Gemini season soon, and the moon cycle is also moving into Gemini and Taurus, so there is something about that shift that is coming up where there's something about being in recovery, or some of you guys when it comes to facing life, right? Finding help could be very significant. This is maybe not your energy. Like, you could have dealt with somebody in your energy too where, you know, they could have been expecting you to do everything for you emotionally, okay? And for some of you guys, it's almost like, no. How is it possible when you're trying to release your traumas and your, you know, things that you've dealt with, and you have someone else who's not doing the work, but they want you to heal them? It doesn't work like that. In order to heal, you have to do the inner work. So take what resonates with this. There's something about you seeing somebody's true colors that was hidden, and you're speaking up about this, okay, with this energy, okay? Both of these energies here when it comes to this, there's something about taking action when it comes to communication, and also when it comes to adaptability. Queen of Wands energy, okay, with the number 13. Like I said, there's something about your energy where you're self-assured, okay? You're self-assured, you're determined, you know what you want, you're vivacious, okay? I don't know why I thought of vavavoom. I don't know why I thought of that, but that just came to my mind. Like, I don't know if somebody says that, but it's almost like you're so vivacious that there's something about you being just like vavavoom, that kind of energy, okay? But financial stability, it chases you, okay? You know, you're not faster than the stability. The stability is coming towards you, okay? There's something about everything is attracting to you the way that it's supposed to, because you guys are stepping into your confidence, right? This is talking about your creativity, your intuition, and also being just a natural leader, okay? You have a natural leadership to you. And, you know, when it comes to conflict, all right, guys, change is very significant. But when it comes to conflict, there's something about your stability, okay? When it comes to people around you, you are mentally and physically stable. Angel number 333 on the time right now. So 333 is significant. But there's something about your energy where you are stable. mentally, physically, emotionally. And the reason why I say that with the number 4, with stability, is because you could have had a guardian or somebody in your family or some type of domestic, energy when it comes to emotions and foundations. You could have been the one that was more in your femininity. And it's almost like you had to learn to balance both your masculine and feminine. But there's also something about you and your energy where people can't control you. Even if they tried to, even if they wanted to, they can't control you because you're in control of yourself. And you see a lot of things that people like to brush under the rug. They don't like to talk about. They like to pretend like everything's all honky-dory, okay? And then say you bring something up and it's almost like it's a shock. Everybody's clutching their pearls. Everyone's gasping. It's almost like, wow, does anybody speak truth, right? Does anybody want to be authentic? And it's like, you speaking up on certain things or you being honest and saying, look, I don't like your energy and I don't want to be around it. It's very, very intimidating and shocking to people. It is what it is, okay? Like, people need to learn that not everybody is meant for everybody. And I always say this in my messages as well. I'm not for everyone. And I know that, okay? I'm not perfect, and I know that, okay? So I may cuss, I may carry on, I may be soft, I might be loud. Hello, like, it is what it is, okay? Whoever is in the same frequency or vibration as me, they're going to be attracted to my energy, and it is what it is. Like I said, same for you guys. It's exactly the same thing. When it comes to karmic families, karmic ties, karmic energy, you are the one that always sets the bar, okay? So take what resonates with that with the the 3 of Wands. And funny how I saw angel number 333 and the 3 of Wands is coming out. So there's something about being ready for progress and growth. Okay, you are the one that has foresight. You are always looking ahead when it comes to these energies with like people trying to oppress you and hold chains against you, or using money against you because say maybe you're not financially there where you would like to be, right? And everybody has their own thing. But again, you're not the one that's going to do that to other people, but for some weird reason, you have people that are trying to do that with you. And so with the 3 of Wands here and Sun and Aries, there's something about you looking ahead, looking forward, okay, looking towards a brighter day. There's something about the song, I need to find it on Apple Music if I can find it. There's a song on Apple Music, and I really want to get the name of the artist because I don't want to lie to you guys, okay? But it goes on like, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. Yeah, Johnny Nash, that song. There's something about that where it's like you guys have this energy about you where it's like you can finally see clearly, right? And it's almost like where other people were trying to cloud your judgment or fog your energy. Like, for example, right now, the weather is really like gray and gloomy outside. So it almost feels like people were trying to do that with your energy. And in some way, somehow you were able to still see through that, right? And come out bigger, better, and stronger. Okay, so let's see what else shows up. Yeah, we have Knight of Cups, okay? Knight of Cups energy where, again, you are following your heart and trusting your intuition, okay? The number 12 is very significant. Angel number 1212. Also, for some of you guys could be seeing angel number 123 or 312 or 2, maybe 231, okay? Or 321, something like that, but same thing. Either way, there's something about 1s, 2s, and 3s, okay? Something about your energy where you are graceful, okay? Some of you guys are very artistic, but you are very graceful. There is something about some type of creative pursuit that you guys are dealing with, or there's something about some type of emotional expression that you guys are doing at this time. And there is something about that being connected to your financial opportunities and creative endeavors, okay? But not only that, there's something about like counseling, coaching, okay, spiritual healing, that kind of stuff that's significant. So take what resonates with that, but there is something about your energy in that sense where you're doing things that make you finally feel happy at the end of the day. And what did I just say? I literally just said you guys are doing things that make you feel happy. We have the 10 of Cups, okay? And then we also have the Death card, okay? So like I said, you guys are going through some type of ending, okay, some type of change, some type of, transformation, being able to release and let go with the number 10, 10, 10, and again, 13 is coming up here. So ones and threes and twos are very significant. You guys are going through major changes at this time. And even though you were facing certain adversities, you were still able to go through this transition no matter what. Okay, so being able to embrace this transformation and this new beginning is very significant. We also have the Queen of Pentacles energy. You are the Queen of Pentacles. You're generous, you're caring. Okay, some of you guys have been staying home as of recently a lot. Like, okay, another reason why you guys are staying home a lot too, if you've been feeling very cooped up as of recently, and some of you guys have been feeling like, you need to go for a walk or you need to, be outside. There's a reason why you guys have been being cooped up at home, because the universe is protecting your energy at this time. There are certain things that are happening outside that are just outside of you, okay? And the safest way to make sure that you're okay, it's not to say that you're scared to go outside. No, you don't have to be scared to go outside, but there's just something energetically where, if you notice, the weather has been very gloomy. It's been very up and down, depending on where you live. Like I said, if you live in California or somewhere that's nice, damn it, I want your weather. Okay, you guys are so lucky. Okay, obviously you guys have other things that you have to deal with when it comes to weather, but still, the fact that the sun can just shine and shine forever, you guys are rollerblading, skateboarding, doing all kinds of things. In Canada, we're cooped up at home still, and some of us are wearing winter jackets, okay, because it's so damn cold, okay? But there's something about being comforted at this time, protecting your energy. There's something about focusing on your business, stability, okay? Financial security is also significant with the number 13. Like I said, there's something about being stable, whether this is financially, mentally, physically, okay? But you have a really good business sense and you are very grounded and very nourished at this time. You're able to basically nurture other people because of the fact that you're providing for yourself and other people, in a sense that you are naturally a caregiver, okay? There's something also about your values and your stability and the way that you provide and show up, okay? So at the bottom, we have the Lovers, okay? Like literally 10 of Swords. Again, like I said, release, transformation. If you guys were going through certain things, you guys are releasing that. There's something about no longer being in survival mode, okay? And learning lessons is very significant, in healing. Some of you guys are letting go of the past and embracing a new beginning because you've healed. You've healed certain parts of yourself, okay? We have the Sun. This is really good energy. Okay, the Sun, happiness, success. Okay, this is about joy, vitality. Okay, there's something about your energy being able to move forward with the number 19. Okay, 1 and 9 equals 10. This is wholeness. Okay, even when it comes to like career and things like that, there's something about career success, building long-term goals, and we have Justice with the number 11. This is groups, collective, social awareness. For some of you guys, this talks about, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, okay? The future could be very significant, but there's also something about intuitive knowing, awakenings, divine alignment, spiritual awakenings, having soul purpose, pure intentions, teacher vibration, psychic insight, okay? Things like that are very significant. All right, guys, so I wanted this to be a quick little message, but I liked how it was going. I liked how it was going. I like how things were flowing. I really like that about the energy. So yeah, now I'll end it. Okay. But take what resonates with you guys. Thank you guys for the love and the support as always. And again, follow me on YouTube and TikTok, especially YouTube if you're looking for closed captions. And again, my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can book a reading, check out my blog, make yourself at home if you like, okay? You guys know that this channel is all for one and one for all, okay? It doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter, your culture, your race, it doesn't matter. Anybody who feels comfortable and feels, safe in the energy, you are more than welcome to chill out and vibe out with me. And especially if you're somebody who's decisive and you know what you want, then you definitely can stay here, okay? I'm not forcing y'all, but you guys have a place to stay, okay? But thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. And again, continue moving forward in this energy. Like I said, you guys are doing really good. You guys are doing well. Yeah, I don't know you guys, but sometimes it's nice to hear somebody say, amazing job, Good job. And a round of applause to those who have made it so far on their journey. I know that this is not the end of the journey. This is just the beginning, but it's just nice, you know? So anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you next time and have a wonderful Thursday. All right. Bye, y'all.